Hey y'all, it's your girl Kimstrology here, and I'm back with some more astro tea. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for all the love and support and for the continued comments on the content. Sorry for the delay. I know it's not like me, but I've just been a little bit under the weather. Now I'm feeling better. And had a little surgery, but I'm Gucci. And now I'm back with some more astrology content. So this one was actually by request, and I recorded it actually twice, but I really was not happy with the results, so I decided to do it over again. So we are back with Mars in partners, first house through the signs. Again, by request by Laura. Thank you, Laura, for requesting this video. And there was also someone else that commented that requested this synastry, this particular aspect as well. So let's just get into it. What is Mars? Mars is the planet of drive, action, metals, surgery, masculinity, sex, war, impulsivity, also our work, how we work, or the kind of work that we attract, our sexual prowess, our sexual energy levels, our sexual kinks or preferences. Also just aggression, just directness, fighting, sports. These are all things that planet Mars is ruling over. Corresponding with the first house and the sign of Aries. Now the first house is an angular house, which means it represents a vast portion of our lives and a very important portion of our lives. It's representative of our physical body. It's otherwise known as the rising sign or the ascendant. I don't know why I put air quotes. The rising sign and the ascendant. Again, how we look, our life, how we take action by instinct, similar to our Mars placement. Again, these two correspond with each other. So, and what is synastry? Synastry is when you take two planets, and you overlay them on top of each other, and through that overlay, you're able to see how each other's planets, or how each other's charts rather affect one another. What planets are conjunct, or at what aspects to one another, how one individual's planets, or where one individual's planets fall into another's houses, and vice versa. This can all be seen through synastry, and it can tell us a lot about our relationship between each other and how we affect each other on a deeper level. So let's get into Mars in partners, first house through the signs. So Mars in partners, first house in the sign of Aries. So Aries corresponds with the first house as well as Mars. So here there's just like a lot of directness, a lot of impulsivity, a lot of like this could be the couple that's engaged in sports together. This could be like coach and athlete, or they could just motivate each other overall. As you know, Martian energy, Aries energy is known to be the motivator, especially of the underdog. So these two could stand up for one another. These two could get a lot bolder when they're around each other, a lot more brash, a lot more aggressive, a lot more self-indulgent and self-centered, because Mars energy is very selfish energy, and it's getting that encouragement to really double down on that, sitting in that first house in the sign of Aries especially. This could on the darker end be like bullish tendencies or fights. This could be, if it's a romantic relationship, then this could be a couple that hooks up right away, or you know, the formalities are kind of not there, similar to Uranus in partners first house, or Uranus conjunct Venus. Some of the formality is kind of worn down when we're talking about Mars energy, so these two could get sexually comfortable with each other rather quickly in a relationship. This could be like indicative of even like the one-night stand relationship, or to people that find each other sexually attractive right away, get it together right away, you know. whatever the relationship leads to. It could be based around sex. Again, it could be based around motivation, or like friendship, not friendship, but like, again, like there could be this energy, this sense of one standing up for the other one. Now, Mars in partner's first house in the sign of Taurus. So Taurus is the sign that is, its ruling planet is Venus. So this is kind of like the opposite energy, but Mars and Taurus in partner's first house, this could be a relationship where there's motivation towards finances together, towards resources or resourcefulness, like, you know, even being very competitive about who brings in more bacon, or who's the better earner or the best earner, or who has the ability to have like the nicer lifestyle. You know, because again, Taurus is very earthy energy. When we're talking about fine foods, sensuality, even sexuality. When we're talking about Taurus, fine dining, comfort. This is even like home cooked food energy. These two people could cook together, could enjoy fine dining together, sharing recipes even. Excuse me. They could take action towards these areas in life: resources, finances, home ownership, making moves towards some kind of business efforts, or even towards beauty. This could even be like sugar daddy, sugar baby vibes, or like trophy partner vibes. Like one person could really take action towards beautifying the other one, or making sure the other one is financially comfortable or stable. Mars in partner's first house in the sign of Gemini. And Gemini's planet of rulership is Mercury, so there's a lot of communication here, a lot of flirting, a lot of banter, a lot of mental stimulation between these two. A lot of talking, a lot of laughs, jokes. They could get into shit together, in the mischief together, into a little bit of trouble together. They could really enjoy their local environment or community together. Just, you know, riding around, you know, smoking a joint, like talking shit, listening to music. Could be this energy, or it could be energy where these two people could bring siblings into each other's lives, as Gemini is the energy, sibling energy, third house. They could be like, one could be friends with the other one's siblings, or they could be introduced to the other one's siblings early on in the relationship, or there could be like a lot of hands-on energy going on, whether this is just play fighting, or this is again flirting, touching, heavy petting, as they say, or there could be action taken. One could inspire, the Mars and Gemini person could inspire the first house person towards some kind of, the first house person could physically act out some of the Mars and Gemini's ideas. Like I had this placement with a woman, and she actually gave me a good idea about a painting. Like she was like, the shoe should be red. She was like, the shoe should be red. I actually asked her input, and she was like, yeah, the shoe should be red. And I actually did that, and it turned out great. She was a Mars and Gemini, and I'm a Gemini rising. So there were little things like that. Also, again, these two could definitely not run out of things to say. Again, the mental stimulation is endless. This can be texting all day, sending each other gifts and memes back and forth, even on social media as well. Yeah, Mars in Cancer in partner's first house. So Cancer's planet of rulership is the moon. So the moon is all about the home and comfort and food and motherhood energy, nurturing energy. So these two people could, the Mars and Cancer person could have like a physically affectionate way towards the first house person. Like they could feed them. They could somehow be very emotionally available to the first house person, or vice versa. This could be mother-child relationship. This could be kind of any relationship where there's some like sensitivity going on. Now, this is Mars here, so there could be fights involving the feelings, or spats involving like somebody kind of stepping on the other one's toes, because we're talking about Mars and the moon. The moon is notoriously sensitive and Mars is notoriously insensitive. So putting these two together, they could rub each other the wrong way, or there could end up being some hurt feelings at times, or tears. Yeah, again, like home cooked foods, or even like taking action towards real estate together, or owning a home together, or living together, or spending a lot of time in the home together, like slumber parties, even if you're just friends, just hanging out on the couch eating popcorn, and or having access to one another's mother, or very paternal energy, or you guys could find yourself surrounded by women with this placement. Mars and Leo in partner's first house. So Leo's planet of rulership is the sun, so we're talking about like the ego and like energy and like self-expression. In Mars and Leo in partner's first house, they could definitely really like, this could be an ego boost for the first house person. The sun is basically here and it's warm, it feels good in the first house, you know. The sun loves being in the first house. It probably maybe it's exalted in the 10th, but yeah, it loves being in the first house as well. It just, when somebody's as again, a Leo's planet of rulership is the sun, so this is why I'm saying the sun. So there could be like encouragement towards your ego, towards your appearance. Again, your ascendant is your physical body. The Mars and Leo person, somehow how they take action could be making the first house person proud of how they look, their appearance, their lifestyle. Now, as the first house is aspect in the 7th house, this could be by association, or the relationship itself could make the first house person proud, or vice versa. This could be something where it's just like a celebrity energy, or where one person is kind of like a trophy wife energy, you know, like let's take you out on the town, you look good. Or this could even be a platonic relationship or a friendship where there's like mutual hobbies involved, where you guys tend to enjoy the same things, or you could bring kids into the other one's life, or vice versa. You guys could have a mutual interest in children, like maybe you work at a daycare together, maybe you are on the same, is it team, ballet team, no, dance team, maybe you're on the same dance team together. Something creative you guys can take action towards together, or the Mars and Leo person could inspire these things in the first house person's life, or vice versa. Mars in Virgo in partner's first house. So Virgo's planet of rulership is Mercury. Virgos are very health conscious. The area of rulership is like the intestines, the stomach, also like the everyday routine and smaller pets. So these things could be themes in this relationship. Maybe you guys work in the healthcare field together. Maybe this is doctor and patient relationship, or nurse and patient relationship, or nurse and doctor relationship. Maybe you guys take some kind of physical action towards the healthcare field, or the actual work. Mars is in the area of health, Virgo. This could also be gynecologist, or fertility. These things could be a topic between you two, or the everyday routine in general. Like you guys could consistently see each other on a very regular basis, and it could have something to do with work for one or both of you. This could be the milkman that you see every day, and they're the Mars and Virgo person, and you're the first house person. There could be some like nitpickiness or meticulousness on the part of the Mars and Virgo person onto the first house person. Like they could just be like, you sure you want to wear that? That doesn't really match with those shoes, or like it's wrinkled, you know, or you missed the spot. Something like that. This could get a little bit aggravating. Mars and Mercury are like, they don't get along traditionally in astrology, so this could be a little bit irritating at times, but now it depends on the whole, what else you have, the whole synastry itself, like composite chart as well. Mars in Libra in partner's first house. So Libra's planet of rulership is Venus. We have Mars and Libra. Mars and Libra, they could be kind of like lazy, and they have really a love for like leisure and pleasure and like being very indulgent. So Mars in Libra in partner's first house, they can influence one another towards just chilling, relaxing. They could be socialized together. They could enjoy like just having fun or going out on social, just doing kind of like social activities like shopping, going to the mall, hanging out. Not really, because again, Mars in Libra is a little bit like lazy or just very, they require like a lot of mental stimulation, so they could just enjoy like a lot of like talking, gossip. They could find themselves, this couple, Mars and Libra in partner's first house, you guys could find yourself surrounded by women, or just indulging in like fashion and beauty. This could be shopping buddies. This could be again like this kind of gives me like Nicole Richie, Paris Hilton vibes. Like I feel like maybe they have this synastry going on. But yeah, they take action towards just pleasure and leisure and fragrance and beauty and harmony and relationships. This could be a relationship itself. Again, this is the sign of marriage, so these two could take action towards marriage. This could be a married couple, a partnership of some sort, even a business partnership. These two could take action towards some kind of business partnership. They could, again, Mars in Libra, like the work could have something to do with working in the beauty field, the beauty industry. This could even be like hairstylist and client relationship or synastry. Mars in Scorpio in partner's first house. Now, this is Scorpio's planet of rulership, so Mars and Scorpio in partner's first house is very interesting, and I have experience with this placement as well, and I've read a lot about this placement in my clients' charts and their synastry charts. And one thing I have noticed is a lot of the main theme is mutual finances. Scorpio's planet of rulership, its primary ruler is Pluto. The secondary ruler is Mars. You know, Pluto is all about the partner's resources. So these two it could be a lot about shared finances. This could be a common theme in the relationship between the Mars and Scorpio person going into the first house person's first house. There could be just like a lot of talks about money, control, possession, being kind of aggressive or possessive in terms, and when it comes to themes of resources or finances. They could, Pluto is also like the underworld, the darker parts of life, like the parts of life that we try to like ignore, or just like the nightlife even. So this could even be like working in the nightlife together, bartender, DJ. Or maybe you guys have a romantic relationship and that's how you guys met in the underworld, in a strip club or something like that, or in the club or nightclub, or there could be some kind of like exchange for money, sex exchange for money, or again, like one person being financially dependent on the other one, even if this is like siblings or mother-daughter relationship. There's going to be something going on where one person could consistently owe the other one money. Now, Pluto is also a significator for a grandmother, mother, or another strong female, in whatever area in life. So in this case, this could be indicate at least one dominant woman, or like a mother or grandmother figure as well. This could be, your grandmother has this placement and you're always borrowing money from her, or stealing money out of her purse. Don't do that. Yeah, like there could be definitely a strong female figure, even a dominant female figure, or a bossy even, or the female figure could be the one either loaning the money or being on the receiving end of it. Yeah, also this could be like You guys could have something going on, like when it comes to like inheritances, or like one could be like the benefactor and the other one could be the one that's like doling out the cash. Now when it comes to like sexuality, this could definitely be like a strong magnetism rather quickly. Even though I would consider like Scorpio energy a lot of times, not all the time, but in some cases more like demisexual or requiring a deeper commitment. Mars and in its first house energy, it could kind of like ramp things up. So there could be like just a very strong sense of like a sexual familiarity already, like feeling like you already know this person, or you could see that the Mars and Scorpio person could be immediately drawn to the first house person, or vice versa. It could work either or, but usually you would see this with them. It could be kind of either or, but it would definitely be like strong attraction, even like stalker-ish tendencies. If this is unwarranted, there's just be a strong sense of like possessiveness when it comes to the physical body of the first house person. The first house is the physical body, so there could be like a strong like sexual chemistry, attraction, or just overall aggression, possessiveness. There could be like a passive aggressive nature here as well, or silent war going on. Psychological warfare could be really like heavy here, but again the sexual chemistry could be very hot and heavy, and these two people could really not help but keep their hands off of each other. Mars in Sagittarius in partner's first house. So Sagittarius' planet of rulership is Jupiter. Jupiter in partner's first house is Mars and Sagittarius could be having the first house person gain weight. Jupiter is expansive. Jupiter is about philosophy, also like luck and money as well. So this could be things that the Mars and Sagittarius person could bring into the first house person's life, like a certain level of like luck or freedom or excitement, adventure. These two people have like a lot of fun together. They could enjoy like basketball together. Like that's like Mars and Sagittarius, or Sagittarius like sport of choice usually, as they have like the knees, the legs area. And so Mars and Sag could, again, in the first house, going into their partner's first house, could influence their philosophy, their belief system, how they think. They could get them really excited about life experiences, travel, immigration, long distance affairs. These two people could go on road trips together, or they could meet on the road, or this could be like a sexual liaison that starts from a long distance travel. Like maybe you guys are on business or on vacation somewhere, and you end up meeting and having a relationship from there, whether it's sexual or otherwise. Usually it would at least start off sexual, because this is Mars in the first house, so this is sexual chemistry naturally. With Sagittarius, these two people could just be good friends, could really enjoy because again, when you have like similar beliefs, or you're kind of excited about like mutual beliefs, and we're talking about Sagittarius energy here, this is excitement, adventure, beliefs all wrapped into one. These two people could be taking action towards these things. They could really enjoy each other, and they could be good friends. There could also be, a lot of spirituality between these two, like prayer, even, or just being very open-minded together. Like these two separately, maybe the first house person, maybe naturally, because this is the first house person would be a Sag rising, and the Mars person would be Mars and Sag. So generally speaking, they would still have like a strong philosophy on life, but when they get together, this would definitely be a heightened. Mars in Capricorn in partner's first house. So Mars, Capricorn's planet of ruler is Saturn, the planet of time, restriction, duty, government, old age, the boss. So this could be some kind of like restrictive energy put in place when we're talking about the first house. Like maybe the Mars in Capricorn person could in some way thwart some of the first house person's physical actions. So this could be kind of frustrating on the like lower scale. Like, is that a red bird? Like there could be some kind of like, you know, controlling energy. Like maybe this could even be like father child relationship, or even mother child relationship, or some kind of strict figure. Like there could just be kind of some kind of feeling that the Mars in the Capricorn person is kind of restricting the tendencies of the first house person, or their appearance, or their physical expression, and this could get very frustrating for them. Also, this could be very earthy, strong sexual chemistry as well when we're talking about Mars in Capricorn. Now, if this is a sexual relationship, this is their strong sexual stamina between these two, so they could just not leave the house for like a whole weekend, or they could work very hard together. They could be like, one could be in more control and be like more like in the boss position, like the Christian Grey, and then the other one could be more like the understudy, but they could definitely be hard workers together. Or the Mars and Capricorn person could encourage the first house person to put in extra hours. They could already mutually have a strong work ethic, with them both having these personal aspects in the sign of Capricorn, but together it would be heightened, right? So they could take on a more serious tone together as well, or the nature of the relationship, even if it is sexual, it would still be serious. Like there could be still a commitment, or they wouldn't really do the friends with benefits. I wouldn't see this as, you know, they would probably take like a sexual relationship, even if it started off like that initially, and turn it serious. And again, this could be two people that kind of like do some kind of like burning the midnight oil, as they say, working very hard together, being some kind of law official or government figure. They could work in government field together, or take action towards laying down some kind of law, or yes, because you know, this is Saturn. We're talking about the kind of like Jupiter is the law, Saturn is like the enforcer of the law. So these two people could practice that together. They could just come off like sticks in the mud, or like authoritative, or serious natured, or in control. Or the Mars and Capricorn person could very well in some way be in control of the first house person. Mars in Aquarius in partner's first house. So Aquarius planet of rulership is Uranus. Uranus is unexpected events, technology, the community, the future. So these two people also travel. So these two people can definitely indulge in these areas of life, and it can be seen through the first house person. Maybe they have, maybe they get a really different haircut, you know, and it could be because of the influence of the Mars and Aquarius person, or something about this relationship could, to others, come off unconventional, different, rebellious, taboo, something of that nature. Something about this couple is going to come off pretty, you know, anti-society. They could also just be like big into social media together, into some form of technology together. Ooh, really big butterfly. Into some form of technology together, or they could, you know, this could be the couple that's always FaceTiming each other, or always on a Zoom call together, or they work in social media together. Maybe they're like a social media couple, or they do something that's kind of like unconventional, and it's seen by everybody by way of Mars and Pisces in partners first house. So Pisces planet of rulership is Neptune. Neptune is, you know, very smoke and mirrors planet, creativity, spirituality, things like crystals, tarot reading, astrology, your dreams, the bedroom, opioids, escapism drugs such as that, weed. This is all Pisces things. So these people could indulge in these things together, smoking weed together, some spirituality together. This could be tarot reader and astrologer and client. This could be again, one person gifting the other one with crystals, sage, something about them. Maybe they pray together. Maybe they do some kind of charity work together, or some kind of selfless acts here, or this could be a very karmic relationship as well, past life. And I forgot to mention that about Mars and Scorpio and partner's first house. That could have been a karmic relationship as well. Like they could have felt like they've known each other before, or they could very well have known each other before for a very, very long time. But anyway, yeah, this could be like soulmate vibes or past life energy, or even on a darker side, gaslighting, passive aggressive tendencies, lying to one another and pretending that you don't know what they're talking about when confronted, silent war. Like, you know, this with all the water signs, Mars and water signs, this could be a capability that this is the route it will go if we went left. That it would be some kind of passive aggressive tendencies. If you know, like if you two got into it, you guys may not fight directly. You might, you know, say something about one another behind each other's backs, or just play victim. Or this could even be victim blaming, or no, one person playing the victim or both people playing the victim. These people can enjoy like painting together, or some kind of creative activities or hobbies together, or just doing yoga. This could be yoga instructor and student, laying out. You two could lay out in the grass, you know, eat a couple of mushrooms and just vibe out, you know, on a nice spring day. This could be the possibilities of having your Mars and Pisces in partner's first house, like just very like hippie, relaxing energy. Or you could relax each other. You could really enjoy like sleeping together, you know, just maybe put each other to sleep easily. You have insomnia separately, but together you get like the best sleep. Or maybe you guys even like to shop for like things like pillows and linens and sheets together. It could be, you know, astrology doesn't always even have to be like so broad. It could be like very practical things that could play out with synastry. This is all I have for Mars in partner's first house through the signs. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned for Venus in partner's 5th house, as that was requested today. So I'm gonna probably try to knock that out today. Thank you guys for tuning in. I love y'all. Oh, don't forget to comment if you do have this placement below. I want to know you guys' experiences. And yeah, let's keep the conversation going. Love you. Bye. Oh, and thank you guys for 500 subscribers. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I was recovering from surgery. Otherwise, I really would have posted up and celebrated with you guys. And thank you so much for that support and love. Stay tuned for more content. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.